December 26, 2004. A perfect morning in paradise. An 8-year-old British girl, sitting on top of a gentle elephant, named Ning Nong. The beach was 50 feet away. Crystal blue water, white sand, perfect weather. She was about to take the ride of her life. But the elephant refused to move. The handler pulled the reins. "Nothing!" He shouted commands. "Nothing!" The elephant's ears flattened back. Her trunk lifted high. A sound, like a warning. The handler hit her gently, trying to make her obey. The elephant turned away from the beach and started running uphill, with the little girl still on her back. The tourists screamed, "The elephant's gone mad. Get the child down." But Ning Nong kept running. Higher, higher, away from the ocean. 30 seconds later, a wall of water, taller than a building, hit the beach, and everything disappeared. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what this elephant knew saved more than one life that day. Amber Mason was 8 years old. From Milton Keynes, England, her family was on holiday. Khao Lak Beach, Thailand, one of the most beautiful places on earth. They'd been there for 3 days, swimming, relaxing, making memories. That morning, December 26th, the ocean was calm. The sky was clear, not a cloud anywhere. Amber's parents signed her up for an elephant ride, a tourist activity, completely safe. Elephants walked along the beach, letting children sit on their backs. The elephant assigned to Amber was Ning Nong, a 24-year-old female. Gentle, experienced, had carried hundreds of tourists before. The handler's name was Kenchana. He'd worked with Ning Nong for 6 years, knew her better than anyone. That morning, something was different. Kenchana led Ning Nong to the beach pickup point. Amber climbed onto the wooden seat on the elephant's back. Excited, smiling, the plan was simple. Walk along the beach for 20 minutes. Let the child enjoy the view. Collect payment. Move to the next tourist. But Ning Nong stopped, 10 feet from the beach, completely still. Kenchana pulled the reins gently. "My pie," he said. "Forward." Ning Nong didn't move. He pulled harder. Nothing. Other elephants were already on the beach. Tourists were taking photos. Everything seemed normal. But Ning Nong's ears started flapping rapidly. Her trunk lifted straight up, sniffing the air. Kenchana had never seen her do this before. He tried again, pulled the reins toward the beach. Ning Nong made a sound. Not her normal call. Something deeper, louder, a warning. The other handlers looked over. What's wrong with her? Kenchana didn't know. He tapped her shoulder with the training stick. Not hard, just a signal. Move forward. Ning Nong turned completely around, away from the beach, and started walking. Fast. No, no, no. Kenchana pulled back on the reins, but Ning Nong ignored him. Her walk turned into a trot. Amber held onto the seat. What's happening? Her parents, sitting at a beachside cafe, saw the elephant moving the wrong direction. They stood up. "Where is she going with our daughter?" Kenchana was shouting now, commands in Thai, pulling as hard as he could. Ning Nong broke into a run, straight uphill, away from the ocean, away from the beach, away from everything. Other tourists started yelling, "Stop that elephant! The child's not safe." Kenchana considered jumping off, grabbing Amber's, but Ning Nong was moving too fast now. 40 feet uphill, 60 feet, 100 feet. Amber was terrified, holding on with both hands. Make her stop. Kenchana tried everything, pulling, shouting, hitting the stick against her side. Nothing worked. Ning Nong reached the top of the hill, 150 feet above sea level, and stopped, turned around, facing the ocean, her trunk still raised, her ears still flapping. That sound, still coming from deep in her chest. Kenchana was furious. Bad elephant. Bad. Amber was crying. I want to get down. Her parents were running up the hill now. Other tourists following. Then, someone at the bottom, near the beach, screamed. Not a normal scream. A sound of pure terror. Everyone turned. The ocean was pulling back. The water line receding. Fast. 50 feet. 100 feet. 200 feet. Fish flopping on exposed sand. Boats tilting sideways. No water beneath them. One tourist, an older man, whispered, "Oh my God." He'd read about this. When the ocean pulls back like that, it comes back. "Run," he shouted. "Tsunami, run." Panic. People on the beach started running, but they were too far from high ground. The hotel staff, frozen, staring at the impossible sight. Amber's mother reached the top of the hill, grabbed her daughter. "What's happening?" Kinchana, still sitting on Ning Nong, looked at the ocean. His face went white. On the horizon, a line, dark, rising, getting taller, taller. "Get behind the trees," someone yelled. The line became a wall of water, 30 feet high, moving faster than anything that size should be able to move. It hit the beach. The sound, like thunder, but continuous, never stopping. Buildings disappeared. Cars lifted like toys. Trees snapped like twigs. The beachside cafe where Amber's parents had been sitting, gone. Underwater in seconds. The other elephants on the beach, gone. The tourists who hadn't made it to high ground, gone. The wall of water kept coming. Up the hill, 20 feet, 40 feet, 60 feet. It stopped, 80 feet below where Ning Nong was standing. The elephant still hadn't moved, still watching. Amber was sobbing. Her mother was sobbing. Dozens of people on the hilltop, sobbing. The water started to recede, pulling back, taking everything with it. Bodies, debris, entire sections of building, being dragged back into the ocean. Kinchana slid off Ning Nong's back. His hands were shaking. He walked to the front of the elephant. Ning Nong lowered her head. He pressed his forehead against her trunk and cried, "You knew." He whispered in Thai, "You knew." Amber's father, who had been on a different part of the beach, found them an hour later. He'd survived by climbing a palm tree. When he saw his daughter, alive, on the hilltop, he collapsed. That night, as rescue operations began, as the death toll started climbing into the thousands, Amber's family stayed with Ning Nong. The elephant, calm now, eating bamboo, like nothing had happened. Kinchana told them everything. How Ning Nong refused to obey. How she ran uphill despite his commands. How she stopped, exactly at the safe point. Amber's mother asked, "How did she know?" Kinchana shook his head. "Elephants, they feel things we cannot feel." Scientists would later study this. Animals across the region, before the tsunami hit, acted strangely. Dogs refused to go outside. Birds flew inland hours before. Elephants broke their chains and ran to high ground. They felt the seismic waves, vibrations humans cannot detect, traveling through the earth, through the water. A warning, but only animals heard it. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami killed 230,000 people, one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. But in Khao Lak, every single elephant that ran inland before the wave hit survived, and every tourist on their backs survived. Ning Nong and the other elephants who disobeyed their handlers saved dozens of lives. Amber's family tried to find Ning Nong again. Years later, they returned to Thailand, but the elephant tourism industry had changed after the tsunami. Many camps closed. Elephants were relocated. They never found her. But Amber, now an adult, says she thinks about that elephant every single day. "She didn't know me. Amber said in an interview. She had no reason to save me. But she did. Kanchana, the handler, stopped forcing elephants to obey after that day. I thought I was the teacher, he said. But that day, Ning Nong taught me. Sometimes, an animal knows better than a human. The beach where this happened, rebuilt now. Tourists come back. The ocean looks the same, but there's a memorial for those who died. And next to it, a statue of an elephant with a child on its back, facing away from the sea. Because sometimes, the most dangerous thing you can do is ignore an animal's warning. And sometimes, the bravest thing an animal can do is refuse to obey. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible true animal stories, and leave a comment. Have you ever seen an animal sense danger before humans could? Because the more we learn about the natural world, the more we realize animals aren't just reacting to the world around them. They are reading it in ways we're only beginning to understand. And on December 26, 2004, an elephant named Ning Nong read the signs, disobeyed orders, and saved lives, not because she was trained to, but because she knew. And that knowledge made all the difference.